I am Dr. S. Mishra. I am a dental surgeon and I welcome you all to my channel Now Ask the Doctor. Today we will discuss about a very interesting topic. We will discuss about the 8 stages of man. This is the psychosocial theory of Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson was a Jewish German psychologist known for his theory on social development of human beings and for coining the phrase identity crisis. We will discuss about the fundamental point of what motivates or drives human behavior. Today's topic is very interesting and it will indeed give you an insight on human nature. There are 8 developmental stages, and at each stage of development, we face various developmental tasks and contradictory themes. If we resolve the conflict successfully, it results in positive outcome, and if we not, it results in negative outcome. Now let us come to the first stage of life. This stage is the stage of basic trust versus mistrust. This stage starts right after birth and continues till 1 year of our age. It is the most fundamental stage. The child is helpless and seeks the same comfort and security as that of the mother's womb. Infants depend on others to meet their basic needs, and therefore they blindly trust the caregivers to provide them. Basic trust is established during this stage. The infant forms the first trusting relationship with the primary caregiver. In most cases, mother is the primary caregiver. Whether the baby develops basic trust or mistrust is not merely a matter of nurture. It is multifaceted. It depends on the quality of maternal relationship. The mother carries out and reflects her inner perception of trustworthiness on the child. The child needs a stable and constant care. Now, what is the positive outcome? The infant whose needs are met and discomforts are quickly resolved, and also who is cuddled and played with and talked to, develop a sense of trust towards the world as a safe place to be and towards people as helpful and dependable. What is the negative outcome? When the care is inconsistent, inadequate, and rejecting, a basic mistrust is fostered, and an attitude of fear and suspicion on the part of the infant towards the world in general and people in particular that carries through later stages of development. So, in the first stage of our life, the role of the mother or the primary caregiver is the most important thing. Now comes the second stage. The second stage is the stage of autonomy versus shame. The age group is between 1 to 2 years. Toddlers learn to explore and do things for themselves. Their self control and self confidence begin to develop at this stage. The child takes pride in new accomplishment and wants to do everything. The child begins to discover the beginnings of his or her independence. They explore the world. It is important to ensure the child is able to explore. Parents must encourage them. Children successful in this stage will have self-control without a loss of self-esteem. Now, what is the positive outcome? If the child is encouraged to explore and reassured when mistakes are made, then he or she will develop a sense of autonomy and confidence which is needed to cope with the future situations. And what is the negative outcome? If parents are overprotective or extremely critical, or if the parents are always punishing the child, then the child may be ashamed of his behavior and doubt his or her abilities. The child who moves through this stage with a sense of autonomy, outbalancing the feelings of shame and doubt, is well prepared to be autonomous in the later phases of the life cycle. The principal anxieties in this period are a fear of loss of love and a fear of separation. Now comes the third stage, initiative versus guilt. The age group is between 2 years to 6 years. Children begin to interact with the environment. The motor and the language skills begin to develop. They display an eagerness for adventure and play, and they learn to control impulsive behavior. Now, what is the positive outcome? If the parents are encouraging and at the same time consistent in disciplining the child, then he or she will learn to accept the concept of right and wrong and not feel ashamed in using his imagination. So, imagination is very important. What is the negative outcome? If the child's initiatives are constantly curtailed by the caregiver, then he or she may develop a sense of guilt and may come to believe that it is wrong to be independent. Success in this stage leads to the virtue of purpose, which is the normal balance between two extremes. So we can clearly see that how important is the role of the family in shaping the future of a child. Now comes the fourth stage, that is industry versus inferiority. School is the important event at this stage. Children learn to master the basic social and academic skills. Peers become the key social agent at this stage. Erikson believes that the new interpersonal dimension that emerges during this period has to do with a sense of ego identity at the positive end and a sense of role confusion at the negative end. So I want to say one thing. The teachers play the most important role in this phase. The teachers should ensure the children do not feel inferior. The teachers should not discriminate between their students. They should treat each and every student equally. They should encourage them even if they are weak in studies or other activities. Otherwise, a sense of inferiority complex will grow within some students or some children, which is very damaging for their future. What is the positive outcome? If children can find pleasure in learning, being productive, and seeking success, they will develop a sense of industry and competence. What is the negative outcome? If a child is unable to do so, he or she will develop feelings of inferiority that will be exhibited later in life as an inability to take up responsibility. Now comes the fifth stage, self-identity versus role confusion, and the age group is from 12 years till 18 years of age. This condition is the crossword between childhood and maturity when adolescents begin to ask, "Who am I?" The key social agent is the person's society of peers. The morality of an individual is also explored and developed during this time. Now, what is the positive outcome? Adolescents who solve this conflict successfully will develop a strong identity and they will be ready to plan the future. And what is the negative outcome? If not, adolescents will sink into confusion and they will be unable to make decisions and choices about their role in life. So, parents play a major role in this phase. So, this is the phase when parents should become their children's friend. They should help their children to clear their doubts and their confusion. The next three stages in Erikson's developmental theory are concerned with the development in adulthood. So the sixth stage is the stage of intimacy versus isolation. It represents the young adulthood. The age group is between 18 years of age to 40 years of age. This is the time to invest in commitment to others. The psychosocial challenge now is to build long-term loving relationship that feels safe and secured. Remember, each stage builds the next one. So people with a strong sense of identity are now ready to share their lives with others. People who complete this stage successfully, they come away with safe relationships filled with commitment and love and security. But the people who didn't manage to complete the previous stage successfully are generally unable to build committed relationships. Lacking security and warmth of a loving relationship, they are more likely to experience loneliness and depression. Now, friendships, relationships, marriage, family are important during this stage in life. If individuals are able to successfully resolve the crisis of intimacy versus isolation, then they are able to achieve the virtue of love. Now comes the seventh stage, that is generativity versus stagnation. The age group is between 40 years of age to 65 years of age. Now people are normally settled. This stage is characterized by a need to give others. So there is a sense of purpose. On the home front, this means raising your children. It can also mean contributing to community charities and events for better society. On the work front, people strive to do well and to be productive. What is the positive outcome? People who complete this stage successfully have the satisfaction of knowing that you are needed. They feel that they are contributing to their families and community and workplace. So, what is the negative outcome? Without the positive feedback in these areas, people may experience stagnation, frustrated that they are unable to raise a family, succeed at work, or contribute to society. They may feel disconnected. They may not feel motivated to invest in their personal growth or in productivity. Now comes the last stage, stage 8. This is the stage of integrity versus despair, and the age group is over 65 years old. So, this is the stage of reflection. During late adulthood, when the pace of life slows down, people look back on their lives to assess what they have achieved. People who are proud of what they have done, they experience genuine sense of satisfaction. However, people who didn't complete the previous stages may have feelings of loss and regret. If they see their lives as unproductive, they become dissatisfied and depressed. Interestingly, this last stage, according to Erikson, is one of flux. People often alternate between feelings of satisfaction and feelings of regret. So that's all for today. You can share your opinion regarding this theory in the comment section below. And if you find my video helpful and informative, and if you think I can contribute something positive in your life, then please share it with your near ones. And hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more health related videos. Thank you, stay healthy and stay happy. And always love your young ones and respect your elders. Thank you.